A man obtained an ancient artifact stone ring. Not only did it increase his fighting power, it also gave him immortality. This man's ambition grew bigger and bigger. He wanted to put the whole world under his feet. With unparalleled power, he could take on thousands of troops. For thousands of years, the stone ring army he led was invincible. To this day, it still exists on the top of the mountain. It is Wenwu. After more than 1,000 years, he is still not satisfied with what he has now. He read the ancient books and found out that there is a village called Taro in the depths of the mountains. It was the next day, and he immediately set off for Taro. When passing through a bamboo forest, he thought that these bamboos were like being cast by magic, and the car was led to the cliff. Wenwu jumped out in time, so it was not a big deal. He walked through the bamboo forest alone. Suddenly, a woman with fighting power appeared in front of him. She was the guardian of Taro. Wenwu and the outsiders soon wrestled together. However, this woman was not ordinary. She easily resolved every punch of Wenwu. People were between you and me. They fell in love, and then the woman kicked him away. Wenwu kicked several meters away. To prove himself, Wu released his strongest move. 10 rings flew towards the woman, but they were resolved by the woman again. Wenwu was also knocked away by the woman using the corpse ring. Thinking that he had not worshipped her for thousands of years, he lost to the woman in front of him. A defeat shattered Wenwu's pride, but also made her gain love. Soon, they gave birth to a son and a daughter. The son was named Shanglin and the son was named Shang-Chi. This happy life made Wenwu give up power and immortality. For the first time, he took off the corpse ring and returned the power of the Taro dragon. He became an ordinary person. He was ready to stay away from worldly troubles and live a peaceful life. However, his enemies came to his door. They took advantage of Wenwu's absence and endured it. Take his son Shang-Chi to find the enemy. Soon, Wenwu relied on the power of the corpse ring to kill the enemy in front of his son. After telling his son that he had to wash his intestines for his blood debt, Wenwu decided to train Shang-Chi to be a killer. Wu found a ninja master for him. Under his guidance, Shang-Chi developed extraordinary skills. His sister was also not idle. She practiced hard in order not to lose to her brother. That night, Wu found Shang-Chi and gave him his first killing mission. The cruel killing also made Shang-Chi choose to run away from home. Unfortunately, the good times did not last long. When Shang-Chi and his good friend Kaidi were riding the bus, they saw a strong man trying to snatch Shang-Chi's necklace. This necklace was a relic left to him by Shang-Chi's mother. How could he give it to someone else? Seeing his friend being injured by the bearded man, he could no longer bear it and threw his fist at him. The remaining 2 little Luluo fell to the ground one after another under a set of fast punches from Shang-Chi. Kaidi looked at Shang-Chi with a surprised face and thought the fight was over. Then he thought of a big man with a broken arm coming from behind the car. He looked difficult to deal with. The big man with 5 arms and 5 bodies suddenly appeared in his hand. Shang-Chi slashed at him, but Shang-Chi dodged flexibly. However, the big man immediately cut off the brakes of the bus with a knife, causing the vehicle to completely lose control. The two were still trying to escape. Tightly controlled Han, and all the passengers went to the front car project. He kicked Han away with 1 foot. The bus also stopped successfully with the help of the garbage truck. It was the necklace on his body that was snatched away by the big man. Chi immediately realized that the person who snatched the necklace must be his father's men, because only his father knew about this necklace. The other necklace was on his sister Shanglin. At that time, his sister opened an underground fighting arena. Chi successfully met his sister as a contestant. However, because of his leaving without saying goodbye, his sister had always been dissatisfied with him, so he took this opportunity to beat her up. After that, Chi explained that his father sent someone to snatch his necklace. However, when the two were discussing, the Universal Legion found this place. Shang-Chi broke the glass and prepared to take Caddy away. The enemy immediately chased after him. Shang-Chi and the opponent started fighting on the candlestick. At this time, Caddy was kicked by the enemy and flew into the air. Seeing that the candlestick was about to break, Shang-Chi ran over and grabbed Caddy. Unexpectedly, the enemy directly made a computer for Shang-Chi, and Caddy fell directly. Shang-Chi took action in time, and Caddy was saved. At this time, a blasting shuriken flew out and blew the two people away. The ninja master passed through the glass and took Shang-Chi's necklace. Qi Jianzhu immediately chased after him. The master fired another blasting shuriken, opened the glass and prepared to escape by plane, but was knocked to the ground by Shang-Chi. They immediately started fighting with their former master and apprentice. As expected, Qi defeated his master successfully. But just when he was about to kill him, his father stopped him. Facing his father who had the power of release, Qi knew that he had no chance of winning. But why did his father want these two necklaces? It was because after his mother died, Wu always heard his wife's voice asking for help. He thought his wife was not dead, but was imprisoned behind the Dragon Gate of Taro. These two necklaces were the keys to Taro. The brother and sister didn't believe it at all, because their mother had died long ago and such a thing was impossible. In order to prove that what he said was true, Wu placed the two necklaces on the eyes of the dragon statue. Sure enough, a magical scene happened. A large amount of spring water spurted out and stopped in midair. Then it instantly fell to the ground and became a map of the bamboo forest. The people who saw it immediately said that the only way to Taro would be opened every year during the Qinglin festival. If you have this map, you can successfully enter Taro on the Qinglin festival to find your wife. If the Taro elder does not release his wife, he will raze Taro village to the ground. His father wanted to use violence to destroy it. Chi immediately protested to his father, but was thrown out by his father. Finally, several people were locked in the basement by his father. Here, they met an uncle and a strange-looking animal. This animal is the ancient beast Chaos in the classic of mountains and seas. The uncle said that Chaos was originally the pet of Shang-Chi's mother. After his mother died, it has been taken care of by the uncle. So this Chaos can also find the way to Taro. When the forest also found the exit, someone stole a car. After the pursuit of the Ten Rings army, they successfully entered the bamboo forest. Under the guidance of Chaos, they passed through a cave and successfully arrived at Taro. Here you can see all kinds of mythical beasts, such as this, such, and such. Tell them which one you want to keep as a pet. Ran Ji and his car were blocked by a Qilin. After a glance, Qilin followed the team to make way. After passing through the dense forest, they finally found the mysterious Taro village by the river. Everyone in the village was on guard against outsiders. At this time, Shang-Chi's aunt came out and recognized her nephew. Only then did everyone put down their weapons. Stepmother told Shang-Chi and others that Taro had existed for more than 4,000 years. Its purpose was to guard the Dark Gate. The powerful soul-testing beast was suppressed behind the gate. The voice Wu Huan heard was actually captured by the soul-testing beast. Because only the power of the 10 rings of Wenwu was available. Can break the seal of the dark portal, and now Wenwu is 7 stars away. With this battle, Mom began to teach Shang-Chi Tai Chi Kung Fu. Ling also began to practice the big whip. Even Katie followed an old lady to learn shooting. Shang-Chi, who already had a martial arts foundation, and with the teachings of his aunt, quickly understood the Tai Chi Kung Fu. The Ming festival arrived as scheduled. Wu led the Ten Rings army to Taro village. Because he was bewitched by the soul beast, Wu could not listen to any advice and wanted to open the dark portal. The battle was about to break out. The two sides immediately fought in a group. Wenwu walked towards the dark portal alone. Chi soared. As expected, Wenwu, who was determined to rescue his wife, punched Ji Shihuan into the water. It looked like even his own son couldn't stop him. At that time, the dark gate resounded with his wife's voice. Wu immediately jumped to the front of the gate, then charged a blow and smashed the dark gate fiercely. The spirit gate was instantly smashed with several cracks. In a second, soul beasts flew out from the cracks. These soul beasts did not distinguish between enemies and would go up to absorb souls from people. Master Zhe was the first to get the river meal. At that time, the two gangs stopped fighting and fought together. It was the soul beast. Shang-Chi, who was hit to the bottom of the water, was rescued by a dragon. The dragon sent Shang-Chi to the dark gate. At that time, he had to stop his father from opening the dark gate. Seeing that Shang-Chi used Tai Chi like his mother did back then, Wu no longer showed mercy and used the power of the 10 rings to fight in close combat. As a result, after a fight, Wu was at a disadvantage. Shang-Chi flew out and immediately changed his offensive. He used all his strength to seal the 5 rings against Shang-Chi. As expected, Shang-Chi used 4 or 2,000 gene waves to make the 5 rings soar into the air and spin. After landing, the rings changed from blue to gold. As a blood inheritance, Chi also inherited the power to control the 10 rings. The father and son started fighting with the 5 rings. Wuxia was unable to determine the winner for a while. He fought hard and smashed his fist towards the ground. The rings rushed towards Shang-Chi from the ground.
As expected, all the stone rings were controlled by Shang-Chi and turned golden. Shang-Chi used the same tricks as his mother. The stone rings hit Wenwu fiercely. In the end, Shang-Chi still couldn't kill his father. When the two sons were about to impeach, the soul beast also absorbed the soul and broke the seal. Seeing that the soul beast was about to attack Aren, he personally summoned the stone ring and pushed his son away. Finally, he was caught by the soul beast. Before his soul was sucked away, he passed on the stone ring to Shang-Chi, and then he fell heavily to the ground, ending his sinful life. The soul beast that had not fully recovered chose to fly to heaven and continue to absorb souls. Shang-Chi got up and rode the dragon to pursue the victory. At this time, the small soul beasts around him kept sending souls to the mother body, which made the soul beast's fighting power violently slashed. Even the dragon was no longer his opponent. Seeing that the dragon was about to be swallowed by the soul beast, Katie shot the sword of breaking the magic and pierced the throat of the soul beast. Chi immediately used this to destroy Shang-Chi's General Yuer and blasted the emperor into the soul beast's part. Then a powerful energy blew the red beast into slag. The fight finally won, the crisis was resolved, and Katie and I hugged each other tightly. That's the end of the story.